All right. All right. First, we're going to start off. We're going to go ahead and select a part by going to pricing, all pricing setup, and we're going to select a part that we want to set to track inventory. And you can track, one certain material or all. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for you and your business. We'll go ahead and select. Let's select a piece of Coro. We'll select the Coro, the 2 mil, just since it stands out. And we'll go ahead and go over here to Edit, and we're going to uncheck the category defaults and set this to track inventory. And when you do this, you'll see the inventory tab right here show. Go ahead and select that, and you'll see right now the cost is already there per sheet, and then your multiplier that's set, and you'll see all zeros going across, which is how it's going to be appear at first. And if you'd like, we'll go ahead and set a reorder. This is something that whenever if you get down to 5, you want to go ahead and reorder, and you're going to run a reorder, say 10 of them. A yellow level and red level is kind of just two separate warning levels, and it's really up to you. We'll go ahead and put 7 for yellow and then 6 for red. Just it's what works best for you. We'll go ahead and save this. All right, now we're going to go up to New and create a new purchase order for this particular part. So we'll select Part Coro 2 mil, and it already fills in the 10 for you with the price. And we'll select our vendor. We'll call this test, and we'll go ahead and save it. Okay, and you'll see the status defaults to requested, and then you'll go back here and see nothing has changed yet in the actual inventory for that part. So we'll go back to the purchase order, and we're going to set the status to ordered. Once you set the status on the purchase order to ordered, you'll go back to the part and scroll over, and you'll see on order 10. You have 10 on order and expecting 10. And a quick note, your billed plus your received is going to equal your on hand, and then minus your reserved is going to equal your available. And I'll explain a little bit in a little more detail as I progress through this. So once you've ordered your PO and it comes in, you're going to change the status to received. Okay, and we'll go back to the part, and you'll see now your billed is still 0, received 10, and your on order has gone down to 0, and you have 10 available. Your 0 plus your 10 equals your 10 minus the 0 equals 10. Now, once you convert this purchase order to a bill, we'll go ahead and save it as a bill. We can come back and see that the received has now gone down to 0, and the billed has gone up to 10, and everything else has remained the same. Using that basic billed plus received equals on hand minus reserved equals available. All right, now what we'll do is when it say we're going to come in and create a new order that's going to use this part. So we'll select digital print, rigid sign. So we'll use 5, single-sided, 48 by 96. We'll print on the ViewTech. All right, and we'll come in and select our material, the Coro 2 mil white, 48 by 96. Okay, we'll go ahead and select a company, and we'll save this as an order. All right, and you'll see after you've created this order and it's in the WIP status, your reserved has gone up to 5. So your billed is still the same at 10. So you have 10 on hand. It's putting this 5 for that particular job in reserve, which gives you a total quantity available of 5. And you'll see it's in red now based off of this red level that you selected for this part. So once this order has been built and it's convert to built, we'll go back to the part, and you'll see your billed has gone down from 10 to 5. Your reserved has gone from 5 to 0 as this particular job has been done and is and is actually built, and your available remains at 5. And again, using that build plus received equals on hand minus your reserved for any jobs in progress is going to give you your available. So we're going to go back to the order, and when it's marked as sale, yes, and we'll go back to our part, and you'll see it has kind of completed it. 5 build, received, on hand. And now what we're going to do is, if for any reason you need to come back and edit this order, just to kind of show you guys what the warning levels can do. If they come in and order, they need one extra one last minute, and select, and so we'll bump it up to 6. And you'll see now that your inventory level has dropped below the 5 that you set for this particular part. When you go to save this order, this low inventory warning will pop up and let you know that this part has a low inventory level, and do you want to save anyway? So we'll go ahead and save that. And that's just just that little warning to let you know to go ahead and order more of that particular part. So you'll see it's gone down to 4. It's in the red level. And when you go back and start the process over by creating a new purchase order, and when you go do that, it'll auto pull in that 10 that you have set for the reorder point. All right, some of the reports that go along with inventory can be very beneficial. We'll pull up the inventory history first. Since this is a new system and there's not much data in it, I'm just going to use today for this example. And you see you have a couple options here: show only active parts, show transaction details, and show only parts using inventory. Since this is an inventory history report, you probably are going to want to leave the show only parts using inventory checked, the active parts, and I'll go ahead and leave this checked at first, and then we'll remove it and show you what it takes away and what it shows. A couple of grouping options. You can group by part type, part category, divisions and warehouses if you're using those. If you only want to show one particular part, you can unselect the select all option and only select the certain parts that you're looking for. So we'll go ahead and preview this, and you'll see it did a couple earlier as well, just to kind of get some information. The part we just used here, the 2 mil, and you'll see this option that I was just telling you guys about, the show transaction details. That's all this when it's showing you what's going on. And then if we go back into this and unselect this and preview it, it just gets rid of all that and then shows you the beginning balance for the time frame and then the ending balance for the time frame that you selected for this report. All right, another report we can take a look at is the inventory status. Come in here and same thing, a couple options here. Show only inventoried parts, active parts, and if you'd like, you can show only the parts for orders that are in WIP. We'll leave this kind of default setting as it is right here. Again, grouping by part, station, vendor, warehouse, whatever works best for you. So we'll go ahead and preview this, and you'll see it's grouping by material. So the acrylic, Coro, the ones that we set today, and it's just the status for all the parts that are set to track inventory and how they are currently. All right, one other report, the inventory listing. All right, as you see, this one has a couple other options as well, division and also the whole grouping by part type, category, station. We'll go ahead and leave it just kind of as the default setting just to show you guys. You see your acrylics on the Coros, same thing, similar to the status. It's just a listing of all the different parts that are set to track inventory and where they kind of stand right now. You see the build plus received, and this is what I was talking about earlier. This kind of little formula. It's important to understand. It's nice to, if you have a few moments, to kind of play around with the different options on these reports to get it to show the information that you're looking for.